Happy trial day, everyone! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Oh, would you like to be Edgeworth?
I don't know.
You may give him any voice you want. He is the opposition.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
Alright.
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead till later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No, we're fine. I think I can probably remember that. So, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Uh-huh. There it is. It looked cooler in the other image. We saw of like the whole scene, but cool.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Wow, a handsome fellow. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh dear, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please!
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldback, damn it.
So that's her actual surname, okay.
So just call me Grandma. I was when I was so the channel, I thought I was believe it, but that was this boy, the can't even call me Oldback. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I'm just getting to a good part there. Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, I was.
and to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, David.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Like, lawyers and judges must meet some unbelievable people.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Lord Hammond and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers! That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant, then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. So, let's see. So, there was... Okay, so... You arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Let's see what she'll say about that. So, up until that time, anyone who wanted could go... Up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio.
Well, there was a security guard at the gate, no. When the main gate was locked there, you didn't employ a car key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
Interesting. Hopefully there's some more. Some errands to run. Okay, what errands? What kind of errands?
Oh, I don't know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammond Powers observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammond's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, so if one will go to the guard station, the main gate from 9 to 5. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Oh God, I'm a professional, you know. Are you criticizing how I do my job, Whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I don't want to forget to eat donuts at the same time.
I'm sure you can.
Ooh, snipper whapper. Snipper whapper. Old Windbag is losing it, mate.
Why didn't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? The murder happened at 2 p.m. Interesting to me because there's a man. Go on. 2. You're sure?
Sure as split.
Well, who was the man?
Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something.
Right, maybe I should have went, oh, who was the man? Ooh.
No, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was.
Yeah.
It was Powers!
So you saw Mr. Powers?
As I said, Got wax in your ears, sonny. Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
Oh, say again, it was him.
It was powers. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to.
Powers.
I'm going to present powers. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course! Didn't your mother teach you any sense, sorry? I know I can plainly see it as powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that. Good. He's having trouble calling out Old Bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I'll show that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't very good evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Alright, this should be good. Interesting.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the auction scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Alright, let's find out. What's the deal? Okay, so never say anything I don't mean. Hold it! I don't believe you about that.
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
Have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. I think I've said it on the straight and narrow. Up and up. Today I was whining about it on the older there. Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I think Edgeworth has met his match. Alright, so run through the action scene, saw Powers trip and fall. Okay. Trip and fall.
Yes, that's the thing. You're supposed to be a Steel Samurai. What a laugh. The Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better.
I kissed it with her hair.
Right. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony.
Okay, so he broke one of the props. What did he break? He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix that.
It strikes me as a significant detail. I'm gonna write this down in the court record. Breaking the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Would it be possible? Like, if you tried to stab someone with that, surely the force of it would snap it in half again.
Depends where it broke.
I guess. But, I don't know. His ankle pretty bad. I think we've had enough.
I think we've had enough.
Oh.
Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is the Steel Samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important.
Interesting.
The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
But, okay, I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? Not need to ask twice.
Okay.
The time of Borehammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Not necessarily true. Okay. Yes, I think so. Let's press it. How do you know that?
Yeah, didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Powers. Press that. Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Alright. No one else went there. Yeah, they would have seen them. Are you sure? Okay.
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, Edgey-boy.
Edgey-boy?
Old Windbag sure has balls, or you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way.
So, Windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all, or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me look at the stuff we have. So, it was 2:30 p.m. Guide map doesn't help. Card key. Dragging at one leg. Murder weapons. 2. So, the person I saw going to see was Mr. Powers. No one else went there. I guess this is when I can present this, because it says it's photo 2. So, yeah, okay, cool. Good. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gates for the studios, correct?
Yes, sir, it is, Sonny.
So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know I had from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m, photo 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, sorry.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo 2.
Photo 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo 1 if it was really the only photo? Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Oh, well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgey-boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Oh, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Little raccoon.
Yeah. I see. Your testimony, please. A big monkey head flew past the gate. The camera.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go to the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that are suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, honey, I've only just remembered that.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Alright. Who's the other person? I have one other important job to do. I'll go through the photos and check them. Alright, cool. How many photos are there usually? Oh boy.
On a day when we're open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big deal. Do you back up all the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
That's very unhelpful, thank you. First, unsuspicious looking. Okay, what? Who? Why? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Oh, a fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from Gossman as well. They're always hanging about. What was there that day?
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employer's area.
Huh.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leaks outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were fakes. Oh,
And?
they're kids, children, ripple slappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
what? Okay. Interesting. Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade, I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield that samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right! As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Oh boy. That is unhelpful. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio! I was sleeping, honest!
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that! Tough. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts? Very well, Mr. Wright. The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who is this person other than Mr. Powers who could have committed the murder? Okay. It's not gonna be the boy.
I mean, the security lady?
This
is all going off her.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably... If it turns out this is wrong, we won't lose. We'll only lose 2 points. But, like, I can't work out why they would... Yeah, I'll just go with her. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about that injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper!
Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Well, why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on the matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgey-boy, don't just sit there and do something.
It's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Give Granny a break. I guess I'll press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
What? Why did I do things so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. Dear. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
I'm just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I raised.
He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright. That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? I was just being nice to the kids and made your elders down, little snowball.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder. Guide map. Oh, maybe the guide map?
Because if he came in the employee area, he... Wait.
I mean...
If he came in through the employee area, then went through the gate, he couldn't then go back through the gate again. He'd have to go through 2 times.
Yes.
He'd have to go back and then back again.
Yeah. I think also, technically speaking, this photo is good enough evidence on the fact that it's a tall person, not a child, but yeah, I think this is...
3 kids in a trench coat.
Yeah. 2 kids holding the spear. This is my proof. I can't see how that has anything to do with the matter, Mr. Wright, for God's sake. Alright. Cool.
But
I mean, you were bang on, but anyway, right, let's do the powers photo then. Oh! Maybe the card key. They need the card key.
Was that before or after, like... Oh yeah, you need the card key to get into the studio. Yeah.
Let's go with that. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Morph. The windbag? Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. Oh, what was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor?
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. I love how stupid her name is. Oh.
No, wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh great, stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Mrs. Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about?
By whom?
Huh? It wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk. Well, testify. Testify, sister. Let's see. What do we got?
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Interesting. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Would you be listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag, yes. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Isn't, like, withholding evidence super illegal? Like, okay. So, keep quiet about something. They were, okay, who? Who were these people?
Well, the director, the producer, the starter.
God, there's so many people. The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yeah, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There's a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is.
There it is.
You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
Half of the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but I'll continue, I guess. Okay, they said nothing. They said they had nothing to do with it. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think it was okay. Interesting. I'll see if there's anything else. There probably isn't. What was his one week? So he hadn't turned down those. Okay. Why? So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Okay.
Nick, I guess pressing her was the right thing to do. For an old handbag, she sure likes keeping secrets. Let's get as much information as we can.
I think I've got it all, but...
Yeah, was one, what's the next one? Is it, no, the next one. So he told me, yeah, at the studios that, oh no, never mind.
I was gonna say, is there any piece of evidence where you can just be like, entry to Studio 1. Oh. I wonder if the car key grants entry into both studios. It specifies Studio 1, but that might not be true. I wonder if she was lying about the kid, and if the photo is of the people. But it's like I said...
Because they would have...
So what?
Well, why would it only do 2 photos? They...
Yeah.
Okay, they left after that.
Yeah, but it's like I said, like, the camera is in the gate. You can just go around the gate if you really don't want to be caught by it.
I mean, technically yes, but in the sense of this game, do you think that's true?
I think maybe, because if you're going to Studio 2, you have to go past that gate. But there's no record of them going in or out. So, with the exception of obviously...
Well, what if they went in and that was the first photo? Then the second photo is the samurai.
Yes.
And then...
there were only records of 2 photos.
Before the crime, right?
I thought of the whole
or
day.
At all. The whole day?
I thought so. Because if they wanted to do that, they could just go round. They know that then if it means it was planned. If that's the case. I mean, it was probably planned anyway, but that is pretty much cementing that proof, that possibility. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to, like, object to here. But I'm just seeing guide map, Koki, dragging leg. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to really, like, push on. Okay, I'm gonna do this just because why don't think we've done that. So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Great. I'm gonna hold on that. Them? Oh. Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
Didn't we? I feel like I didn't do this one, but I guess I did. Okay. Yeah, okay, never mind. I guess I did do that one. Yeah. Studio 2 trailer, yeah. Studio 2, yeah. Yeah, I know. That means they have to go past the gate. Think of us, I'm gonna take a break. I'm done. We've learned the others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Oh, bigwigs were there as well. Jesus Christ, how many? Because that's a lot of people. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yeah, we did it. We didn't get a guilty verdict yet. Good news. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I say...
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in the steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
Oh, what do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take this pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation.
Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
To be continued. Cool. Alright, that's exciting. We did wonderful things. We made good progress. And I guess we now have to do the investigation all over again to work out how many people there were. I'm still not ruling out Penny. Because we don't really know much about her. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.